Hello, my beautiful Twin Flame Collective. I haven't done a reading for you guys in a really long time because Spirit has just said it's not the time. Don't distract them with more information about the connection. It's time for them to go to focus on self. So I hope that's what you've been doing for 2024. But if you still find yourself in a place where you still feel stuck around this connection, there's no judgment here. You get to do this in your own way. Collectively, we're always working on behalf of one another. There are those of us who have been able to progress, to do the healing work, to undo some of the ties, some of the bondage, and we all benefit from it. Next time, you will be doing work on my behalf that I'm just not able to do because I feel exhausted, I feel overwhelmed, I feel like I don't have the capacity, and all of a sudden, my life will improve. I'll receive the upgrades because of you. So much love collectively and in the community. And I want to just highlight the fact that we are all in this together and what we go through. And this is why it's so sad when I see people breaking one another down because whatever an individual is facing, growing through processing healing, we all benefit from it, you know? And if we can just begin to understand that, then we can be in that place of love and appreciation once again. So I want to thank you for being here, for coming in um, with the blueprint of the twin flame, which has been an intricate part of the collective consciousness elevating out of being conditional into love. Now, there are many people who are still finding stuck in the cycle, themselves stuck in the cycle, in the programming of conditions. That's okay because one person who is awakened in alignment is more powerful than 1,000 who are not. So it's all good. So today I'm being called to start reading for the Twinflame Collective again. And I think it's important that I highlight that last year I was shown channeled visions and guidance from source and my guides, that this year we've got the hybrid divine counterpart coming in. It is a new energy, a new energetic blueprint when it comes to relationships, and it is a individuation, a culmination of the three soul contracts: karmic, soulmate, twin flame, individuated. It is evidence of the time that we are in and all the work that we've done in these different contracts. Okay, all the growth that we've done, all the upgrades, all the awakenings that we've gone through. So it's time for you to call in your healer. It's time for you to, not your healer, sorry, it's time for the healers to allow and welcome in their protectors. Are you there yet? Are you ready yet? That's what these readings are going to be about. That I'm sure this is not going to be the only one. They've already said to me that it's time to start bringing through this information again. So trust your own guidance system. Take a moment, welcome your guides and keepers into the space. You have an incredible non-physical team, and if you're a twin flame, you have a twin flame spirit guide team as well. Okay, that is there all the time, guiding you, supporting you, loving you, invested in your journey, in your evolution here. So we just don't acknowledge them, welcome them in, allow them to be a part of the process enough. So I just want to encourage you to do that. Ask them to guide you through the reading. If it resonates, it's for you. If it doesn't, it's not. Leave it for someone else. Or maybe you're just not ready to receive it right now. And that's okay. We don't force things. We force it. It doesn't help. It creates unwanted karma. If you feel triggered, that is where your work begins. All right. You enter the sacred space. The outer angels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. And I give thanks to my guides and keepers, your guides and keepers, for giving me access to the various portals, realms that you exist on, showing me what is going on, what it is you need to know, and giving me the capacity to interpret those messages with clarity from a place of love. I don't sugarcoat here. If you're new, I'm Elif. I'm a high priestess, and I welcome you to evolve with me. I teach ancient spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and I guide people through who they are as a soul, having a human experience. Okay. So I don't sugarcoat. I'm channeling, I'm receiving this information from source where it's only love, the highest form of love. Why would I want to change it, sugarcoat it? Because I don't think you have the capacity to receive it. You are not a victim, a puny human here. I see you as the gods and goddesses that you are. So I know you have the capacity to receive because this is a sacred meeting place. All right. Let's begin. You've attracted wonderful news. I like that. You have attracted something wonderful. All right. So right now you are, or you know where you are. Something wonderful. Let's see. I want to take a look at your energy, your divine counterpart's energy, and some of what has brought you to where you are now. Now, you guys might be in separation. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what's happening in the 3D. Okay? We're looking at what the energy behind it all is. In the 5D, sometimes they take me much higher. These connections exist. You are always in union. You are always in a place of being pulled towards one another. They're saying ninth dimension. What plays out in the 3D is an animation of sorts of something that's intricate and has become quite complicated very often. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put you over here on the left, and I'm going to put your divine counterpart's energy on the right. Let's see. Right, thank you. Right, so harsh words, painful end. You had to cut the situation out, right? You had to cut it out. You didn't want to. You said some things out of anger, frustration, and as a result, this relationship came to an end. Your divine counterpart was very attached to the perfect, to the light, to the love, to the easy. It's got to feel good, then it's right. It's got to be all love and light. And your person was very much in a state of delusion around their home situation, their situation, what was really going on, and you just wanted them to wake up and to realize that that they needed to get real. But this person was very attached to a fantasy idea of how things should look. And as a result, I feel like you were too real for this person. Because you have depth and you were willing to connect to the depth of your love and your connection here. Divine feminine, you are always going to connect to your twin flame connection in a very real, conscious, and vivid way, which makes it quite painful. Whereas the divine masculine often gets stuck in delusion, avoids their feelings, avoids the reality. They have that programming embedded in them. That is why we've chosen to activate one another. And when I say they, remember, they're a physical manifestation of your inner masculine, because we have a tendency to hold delusions and fantasies of grandeur active, to think, what is the masculine, what has been the force behind the patriarchy? Shiny outer packaging. A man must behave like this. He's got to show. It's all about appearances. It doesn't matter what his character is. It doesn't matter what's going on in his heart. It doesn't matter what his conditioning is mentally. It doesn't matter what he does behind closed doors. His entire personality, character, and value is based on how he behaves and shows up. It's pretenses. And the same for women. A lady behaves like this. So we've oppressed our true natures because they were demonized, and we were abused as a result of it, and we were not loved as a result of it, and that was very much the programming of the patriarchy. very deeply embedded in the masculine, in the phantom masculine, because the real masculine, I want to use the proper words here. Many of us feel like we have been oppressed by the masculine in the previous age. That was not the real masculine. The real masculine was never allowed to mature beyond infancy. The boy children were put to death, put to sleep. And what we've been experiencing is sleepwalking masculinity, masquerading as the real thing. I'm talking about what's been happening energetically on a spiritual level. Now the divine masculine wants to live. And what we've been seeing is immaturity and this and that and the other, and we've been judging it, not understanding that they were never allowed to go beyond infancy. Now we've got to give them a chance. Not that we have to enable or facilitate, just honor. So the divine masculine, so that's the dynamic that plays out in the twin flame collective, where the divine masculine in you, which is physical, which has incarnated in the physical, acts out as delusional, avoidant, and as a eternal child. I don't want to grow up and face the real hard stuff. Mirroring you, because that's where the work needs to begin, here with you. And it feels like when you're on this twin flame journey, when you're at this place where you're being initiated into your awakening and doing your work, it feels like you're going to be stuck there forever. It's not. And then we've had many twin flame coaches come out and say, and I don't think they did this intentionally. I think it was just not because they didn't know. Come out and advocate and teach and say, I'm going to make your person come to you. When that is not the purpose of the twin flame connection. Many people who work together in the spiritual field and call themselves twin flame, they have the right to self-determination. But in the past, that's not been twin flame. That's not been the twin flame connection playing out there. That is a soulmate connection. I think it just became a buzzword. And that's where we all have to begin. Even when I embarked on this and I was called to do work in the twin flame space, I also thought surely they must end up together, because I was right there, feeling the intensity and the pull. Yes, we are one. There's no we must end up together if we are one. So the mere fact that we are holding the belief that we must end up together contradicts the knowing that we are one, which means we are not in the place, whilst we say we must end up together in the 3D world, we are not over here in the knowing. So we're in a different place. We're in a contradictory place. We're holding a contradictory narrative and energy and frequency active, which is an untruth. And so whenever we're holding an untruth active, we must remain in a place of pain, because that is what real sin is. It's not what religion has taught. It's holding untruths active, which separate us from source, from our divine self, from our inner being. Do you get that? And so those are some of the myths. And like I said, it's not intentional. People don't intentionally. Yes, the ego likes to adopt everything. If the ego sees, oh, you found something shiny and new, and a lot of people are drawn to it, the ego's like, oh, I want in. Because the ego wants to be relevant. And then, yes, the ego gets involved, and then it becomes about greed and money and delusions of grandeur. Now your twin flame journey is acting out where the distorted phantom masculine, the ego, is running the show once again under the guise of collective awakening and unconditional love. So yeah, we get it wrong, and then but we mature. That's how we're supposed to be. Is that we have these false beliefs and false narratives, and we hold them active, and it's good because by holding it active, we face our truth. So I do want you to be free. I don't want you to hold. I would like. What I want is irrelevant. Let me change that because it's not my business what happens in your life. You have free will. You get to do it in your way. But I would like, because I know how it set me free, for you to be set free from some of the myths around your twin flame awakening and journey that will keep you in bondage, that will keep that old programming active. And I hope that you are able to understand how I'm explaining the spiritual and energetic reality of what's going on. But if you can't, don't be hard on yourself. I'm just not the teacher for you. You don't have the you're not ready to receive the frequency or the vibration of what it is I'm teaching, because it's not going to serve you right now. Maybe it'll serve you at another later stage or another time. So yeah, your divine masculine was holding on to delusions of grandeur, looking for their happiness, their bliss, their joy, and wearing a mask, really, with two faces. And you know this. You do know this. The owls. But you receive communication and guidance about this from your guides, your twin flame guides, your ancestors, all the time. Okay, so the sound's it's going to sound different because I took my mic out. It just went off. I just noticed it, right? And so I need to charge both of my mics. So I'm going to continue just with my phone's microphone, all right? I'm going to do a Celtic cross because I want to focus on what Spirit wants to communicate with you around where you are on your journey. I'm not going to make this about the other person. That's not going to help you. That's not going to serve you in your growth and giving space to progress, evolution, your calling, and your happiness and your bliss. because we have no power in trying to control what someone else is doing. Knowing the ins and outs of what they're doing and how they're feeling and where they are just keeps us stuck in the 3D programming and keeps us stuck right there. We cannot grow and evolve from that. All of the work that everything that needs to change has to change here within you. Everything that you need to appreciate and value and love, you get to love them here, not outside of you in the 3D world. Okay, so let's just see what Spirit wants to say. What is it that your twin flame guides want to share with you? What is at the heart of your energy on your journey right now? You see, you're still in this place of grief and sadness and loss. That is your experience. I don't want to invalidate your experience. But what I do want to say is I want to bring through the very same, I want to explain the energy to you again. If you are always one soul, if you are one soul and you are always in union, but you are focusing on the conditions of they're not talking to me, they're not here with me, they didn't send me flowers on my birthday, they're seen out with other people, they haven't spoken to me in a long time, why don't they love me? Then you are making the conditions more true than what exists on a soul level. The conditions matter more than to you. So how can you ever experience unconditional love? Because there's what's real in the spiritual realm, and then there's what's real here in the 3D world. This in the 3D world is not real, it's an illusion. And it keeps us stuck. And it's time to transcend that. So if you're still beating the drum of this was a loss and I'm not loved and I'm so sad and what's wrong here and when is it going to be fixed and how am I going to fix things between us, then you are making it clear that you do not believe that you are twin flames. Because the basis, the foundation of being twin flames is that you are one soul that is incarnated into two bodies so that you can double tag your process, your growth, your healing. You're living out a dualistic reality, two different lives, two different stories, one in a male body, one in a female body. Some of you are both males, both females, but your energy, you know, how you experience yourself is more masculine, more feminine. We don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of that because we don't even need those definitions really. How you experience yourself is how you experience yourself. It's very immature to get stuck on details, but you have a vagina, so you must be a woman, and you have a we don't do that here. How you experience yourself, that life, the lessons, the growth, the healing for one, and then for the other, it doubles up, it amplifies your growth. That's what it's about. So today's reading is about helping you to set yourself free from this. What's happened in the past to bring you to where you are right now? Wow. I can see why this is tough. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, because this was the best thing. You felt like this was the best thing that had ever happened to you. It's the happiest you've ever been. And Spirit is saying it's the happiest your divine counterpart has ever been. And that's why their anger, their bitterness, and them blaming you is so deep. They're not going to stop doing that until you stop making this 3D condition so real. They're mirroring the energy that you're holding active. And if you're saying that the illusion, the matrix, the simulation is absolute truth and real, and that is my truth, and that is how I define my reality, and that is how I judge everyone and everything by, then what exists in the spiritual realm can't be real in your world. So you can't download that reality. You see? You saw a beautiful future with this person, and it feels to you like it was just stripped and taken away from you, and it's taken you a long time. You've been grieving this for a really, really long time. And your heart chakra is very, very bruised and heavy, and your heart chakra deserves and needs a lot of healing. Your soul is tired from this. It just feels like it's been a long journey. What's leaving your reality? Ooh. Spirit is bringing you this message today, beloved. If it resonates with you so far, Spirit is bringing you this message today because you're on the brink of, you're on a threshold where the energy you hold active and what you believe dictates the next 5 years of your life. And what is leaving your reality, if you continue to stay in this place, which I've described to you already, is your wish fulfillment. Your capacity to fill your own cups. You've had, they're saying this time apart was about you learning to fill your own cups, to be enough for you, to fill your own cup with happiness, joy, love, and bliss. You're in this place for too long. And if you continue in this place for much longer, your capacity to fill your own cups is... This reading is a warning. Your wish fulfillment is just outside the door. You need to open that door. If you don't open that door, your ability, your capacity is going to feel like it's completely left you for the next 5 years. This is not what I wanted to see in this position for you. My throat is even hurting. This reading is definitely a warning. You've attracted wonderful news, but this is a very strong message for you that now's the time to make a different choice, to set yourself free. Because there's something wonderful ready to burst into your life. You need to open that door. What is the opportunity coming in? What is this something wonderful ready to burst into my collective's life? Oh. Something's going to be revealed to you. There's an opportunity for something to be revealed, for something deeply intuitive and spiritual to be revealed to you. You've been manifesting the kind of love that you deserve, that is right for you to move forward with. You've been manifesting that, okay? This is a new beginning in love that you have attracted. You've got the Queen of Wands here. This could be Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Okay, Queen of Wands is a strong Sagittarius card, so that might resonate with you. I've also got Temperance, which is a Sagittarius card. So I'm getting that energy quite strong. And Spirit is saying that you don't see that this is possible yet. And because you don't see it, because you can't see it, it cannot come in. It's literally just on the other side of the door. They keep saying to me, threshold, threshold, threshold. This is the opportunity for you to attract what you've always wanted, to manifest what you've created through all of your challenges. Every time you've had a relationship that wasn't what you want, that wasn't your preference, every time you experienced something that was not your preference, something better, the opposite was created for you. When are you going to let that in? There is an opportunity for you to let that in now. But this is what you want to clear out. What is coming in for sure? Look at that. This is strong. This is strong. You've got a new beginning in love. The Two of Cups. I just spoke about the Two of Cups. I was channeling that. They showed me the Two of Cups, and here it comes out. You've got the Two of Cups. This is a new beginning in love. The kind of love that reciprocates, where what you give is what you get back. And you've always asked, why is it that no one has the capacity to love me the way I can love? That's all I want. Here it is. And it's coming in. Spirit says it's here. You cannot stop it. But your capacity to see it, to experience it, Have you ever heard a story about people saying we met in this country, but guess what? We actually come from the same town and we lived just a couple of streets apart and we never met when we were younger. This is what I'm being shown. It's someone being right outside, right around the corner, and you can't see them yet. And you will only be able to see them when this gets cleared out. It's like that shop. You go to the same area and you think you know all the shops there, and suddenly you see a new one and you think, is this new? And they say, no, we've always been here. You've just not been a match to it. So when is my person coming? This is answering the question. When is your divine counterpart coming into your life? Now I need to answer a question that many people ask me. What is divine timing, Elif? Is divine timing that I must meet this person, I must get that job on this day at that time? No. Time is an illusion. The 3D time, which is the time on our clock and the date on our calendar, is not real. That is man-made. It's an illusion. Time depends on cycles. Some people can stay in one cycle for 10 years. Some of us stay in one cycle for 1 year. That is free will. You get to close a cycle when you choose to. That's got to do usually with your spiritual wisdom. Some of us who are older souls, we know not to waste time in one cycle for 10 years. We do it quicker. And it seems like our lives are chaotic and change is happening all the time and we've got the most difficult lives ever. But we know where we're headed. Staying here in this comfortable place, in this place of, oh, this is contentment, this is comfort, it's an illusion. It just keeps you stuck in a cycle. Divine timing is about how many cycles you're willing to close in a month, in a year, in order to be in that place where you are embarking on your cycle with your person. So that's what it's about. And we call those cycles karmic cycles for a number of reasons. So divine timing is about when you're ready. And you're going to be ready. You are ready already. And the next step is just this. That's it. This is love. This is your divine counterpart. This is beautiful. When I saw this in this position, my heart dropped a little bit. I was like, no, man, this is not what I want for my collective. Anyway, so there's good news. And I know you've got this. I know you can do this. What's working in your favor? Ace of Cups. You've gone through the tough stuff. You've done a lot of healing. You have the most amazing, incredible heart. No matter what happens to you, you still have capacity to love, to embrace, to give. Can you just let it in here where this twin flame connection is concerned? Let in the love from the soul of them, regardless of the conditions. It takes practice, I know, but it's possible. It's possible. And if you need help with that, guidance through that, you can contact me. You've got new love coming in. Agape love means this is the kind of love that is the gift from the heavens. This, you have to be worthy of this Ace of Cups. And Spirit is saying you're worthy. You are worthy. But can you see it? Can you recognize it yet? Can you believe it? No, Elif, because why has my person not contacted me? Why did this happen? Why didn't I get an apology yet? Why am I treated in this way all the time? Conditions, conditions, conditions. And maybe you do need answers for that. So get the answers for that. But then maybe you've already got the answers for that and you just don't want to believe it. Or it's just not good enough for you. And so then there's the vibration and the frequency of not good enough that's still active that you've got to work through. You see? External influences. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. There's a tendency for someone for dissatisfaction. But this is someone outside, someone's influence. This is not yours. This is a friend, a family member, or somebody around you that is constantly looking for the negative, is never satisfied with what they have. That's really having an impact on you. Never satisfied with what's happening. They always see the worst. They're looking for the red flags all the time. No matter how much goodness there is. And this is really influencing you. Your wish and your fears, your hopes and your fears, is that you don't repeat cycles. And your hope is that You will be able to experience the love that you deserve in this life. And you are going to, definitely. I want to confirm that for you. Outcomes, they're saying look at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Pentacles. You're getting married. This is home. King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, I can't make this up. They said look at the bottom of the deck. Are you kidding me? I've got the King of Pentacles. I've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is a solid, stable, nurturing, two people who take care of one another connection. With the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, a new solid beginning. This Ace of Pentacles does become the Ten of Pentacles. You've not lost this. This is your divine destiny. And the Empress. The Empress could be pregnancy, could be a new baby in the form of a business, a new life. It's new beginnings. It's fruitfulness. It's abundance. And it is confirmation that this is a divine connection. This is a past life connection. This is meant to be. This is what's coming towards you. This is what's crossing it. And it's because you're not able to see relationships, romantic relationships as a partnership. It's always been a battlefield for you. That's what you need. That's what you're having to rewrite. That's the blueprint you're wanting to upgrade. Get support. Get a spiritual teacher. Get a spiritual coach. Do the work to heal the heart chakra. Your guides already know what you need to do. Whatever you choose, do what is best for you. Love and light. I will see you next time. Bye now.